Hello everyone, it is Tom, and today we are going to talk about BioShock. Because BioShock is not just a great game, BioShock is also great art. To get at why it is so great, let's just start at the very beginning. But before we get started, I'm going to say, the best way to experience BioShock is absolutely to go through and play the game yourself. There's a lot of things that, exactly because it is such a great game, the best way to experience it is in game form. So if you've been on the fence about playing BioShock for 3 years or whatever since it came out, go play BioShock instead of watching the rest of this video, and then come back and we'll talk about it. It takes about 12 hours to complete, though. In this video, I'm aiming for like 5 or 10 minutes. Your choice. Let's start at the beginning here. The player character Jack is on an airplane. There's a dateline. It says Mid-Atlantic, 1960. Jack's holding a box, like some type of a gift. You don't know what's in the box necessarily, but it's got a sign that says, you know, "Hey Jack, would you kindly not open?" You can't really see. He's smoking, and you hear your character say, "They always used to say, son, you're destined for great things." Boy, were they right. Plane crashes into the ocean. You are underwater. You struggle to get to the surface, and then you find a lighthouse right next to you, and so you swim over to the lighthouse because there's nowhere else to swim to. That's the start of BioShock. In most games, in most stories even, it would just be a given. It would be setting up the universe, and it would be trustworthy, I guess. In BioShock, you were kind of already supposed to start thinking during that introduction. So the dateline that you saw at the very start said you were in the Mid-Atlantic. You saw a lighthouse as soon as you crashed your plane. There aren't generally lighthouses in the middle of the ocean, and this lighthouse in particular, you don't see any land near it or anything to crash into. And on top of that, you crashed like right next to this lighthouse. You didn't crash a mile away or any reasonable distance from this lighthouse. You crashed like on top of it. That's peculiar, right? And on top of that, you have badass chain tattoos on your wrists. The Great Chain is what Andrew Ryan calls the workforce of raptures. That's what he calls people getting shit done. And even the fact that you as a player don't have any memory of anything that happened before the game started in the game universe, that's kind of used, you know, maybe against you, but as a storytelling technique, we'll say, by Irrational Games. Everything has a purpose in this introduction, and next time we're going to talk about how BioShock uses all of those little pieces that we just talked about, builds on them in the universe. We still have to talk about a little bit more of what happens in the game before we can get to the turn and how it takes all of those little things and kind of uses them to make a story that only a game could tell. And I can't wait to tell you guys about it.